Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Wowie zowie, that was a great response. Hello and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Eugene. Good morning to our Zoom friends. Are you up there? Or wherever you are. Because this is a webinar, we cannot see you, but we usually have between 40 and 50 people joining from all parts of the world. My name is GariRae Gray, and I am of the elder cohort, with short gray hair and wearing a pink multicolored kimono thingy. My pronouns are she and her. Today's service theme is Wild and Precious Life. And this morning we'll be hearing from 3 members of the community as they share most meaningful to them of the stage of their lives. Cecelia is in her 2nd decade. Cecelia?
She's way back there.
Way back there, Cecelia. Rainey is in her 6th decade. Rainey. And Marybeth is in her 7th decade. If this is your first time here, a special welcome to you. All the information you need should be found in the handy guide to Sunday worship. And anybody need one of these? We have one of our welcomers with them? No? Okay. Directly after the service, everyone is invited to meet and greet one another in the welcoming room, which is located on the south foyer over there. Also today at 11:30, we're having the last of our Inquirers class, and it's going to be a Q&A with Rev Jen, our minister. It will be held in that same welcoming room. Also, in that corner is our joys and sorrows area. If at any time during the service you wish to have a joy or sorrow acknowledged, please write it in the book over there. And if you like, light a candle or put a stone in the water. For those folks on Zoom, you may write a joy or sorrow in the chat. I also have 2 announcements for today. Next week is our congregation's annual meeting where we will be voting on new leaders and voting on a budget. It's our tradition to collect food for Lane County as part of our annual meeting. So next Sunday, please bring canned food, peanut butter, tuna, vegetables, stews, soups, and chili. Please no glass containers or fresh foods. Also, this evening, you're invited to join Rev Jen as we live stream a UU Vigil for Gaza right here at 5 o'clock. More information is on our weekly connections email and UUCE's online calendar. And now let us move into our time of worship by lighting our chalice, the symbol of our Unitarian faith. And I think Simon is going to do the honors today. I'm going to be sharing these words from Melanie Davis, Exploring Who We Are. Under the right circumstances, playing with fire is a delight. Imagine being gathered around a fire pit as a crackling flame invites us to sing, dance, and roast a marshmallow or 2. Our chalice also invites us to play, although with ideas rather than marshmallows. This flame encourages us to explore who we are, who our neighbors are, and where we are on our spiritual journeys. And now, let us say together the words of our mission which affirm our shared purpose. Empowered by love, we transform ourselves and serve our world.
Hello, everybody. It's Rev Jen here. I use the pronouns she and her, and today I'm wearing a bright yellow shirt and a multicolored cover-up, and really glad to see all of you here. A lot of our congregation are out at the all-church campout, And so they're having their own church in the woods this morning, including Ryan Doppelmayr. She knew that she would be at the campout, and so she recorded this message for all of you. This is a time for all ages. I'm not going to invite you all, youth, to come up with the carpet squares because it's just a video. So you can just remain back there, and let's see what Ryan has to say this morning.
Hello, UUCE friends. This is Ryan Doppelmayr. I am a white, medium-sized, middle-aged woman with a red hat on, a UUCE t-shirt on that's gray, and some brown pants. And I am outside. I am on the beautiful wild iris walking path. And I'm here telling you the story with a video today because in real life, I am out camping with some of the other church folks this weekend. So I miss you, but I hope you have a great service. So I am here to share something in my Wonder Box today. What do you think could be in here? It's not something alive. Let's see. I have a picture of a lovely woman and her dog. This person is known as Saint Mary Oliver to some in U circles. She is a poet. Her name is Mary Oliver, and she had some fantastic writing that she did in her lifetime. So her poem, one of her poems, is the basis for today's service, the starting point for today's service. She asks in one of her poems, "What will you do with your one wild and precious life?" That is a very good question for everyone to consider. All of us have one precious life. And so it is so important for us to take time and think about the choices that we make and the way we spend our time in that life. We all rush around, or so many of us do, rush around between school or work or babysitting or extra classes, or maybe you're on a baseball team, or maybe you have music practice or a club you're involved in. It seems so many of us rush back and forth, and I know I lose track of the days sometimes. I get so busy. I'm pretty lucky. I have a job that I really, really like and a family that I love. And so I enjoy a lot of my time. But still, I lose track of things. And so it's important to stop every once in a while and think, am I making some good choices with the time that I have and doing the things that I really want to do? I know that the most important thing to me is to spend time with my 3 kids. So am I doing enough of that? I know that being outside in nature is really important to me. So that's why I'm outside right now. I know that I really enjoy making arts and crafts. So am I doing enough of that? So right now I'm holding up 2 cross-stitch projects, one with a Lego guy, one with a chalice that I've worked on. Am I doing enough time to explore with my imagination or learn through reading, because I love to read? Holding up a book. So am I making the choices that I want to with the time that I have, with this precious, precious time that we are all blessed with? So my task for you is to take a minute today, sometime, and think. Are you making the choices that you really want to make with your time? Spending time with that special friend? Doing that favorite activity? I hope so. So now I am going to invite you to make a choice to either join the teachers in the chapel for a lesson or to stay with your adults in the service and enjoy the rest of the service. and I will see all of you again next Sunday.
May everyone who shared today feel the embrace of this spiritual community, and may this embrace reach those joys and sorrows that remain in the silent sanctuary of your hearts. Your heart. Your heart is a dwelling place for loving kindness. Imagine looking at an image of yourself. Picture yourself. Look upon yourself with love. Look upon yourself with patience and acceptance and kindness. Look upon that image of yourself with forgiveness. Smile at yourself with acceptance. And now say to yourself, may I be happy. May I be well. May I be safe. May I be peaceful and at ease. And now that you have brought these lovely feelings into awareness, letting them rise, send those feelings of loving kindness to the people in your life who are so easy to love. Smile at them. Say to them, may you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. By now, we collectively have gathered an abundance of compassion. Direct that now to someone that you're having difficulty with. Imagine that person's face. This is a human being just like you. Bring them to your mind and send loving kindness to them, saying, may you be happy. May you be well. May you be safe. May you be peaceful and at ease. Together, we have generated so much loving kindness. Tell me, what will you do with all this love? May you choose to bless the world. May it be so. Amen.
I'm going to be reading a poem that I had taped to my closet door in Sacramento for about 20 years. I knew it as written by an anonymous 80-year-old woman, but when I Googled it a couple weeks ago, I found that it was attributed to singer Leanne Womack. Whatever the source, I hope it renews your spirit. It's entitled, I Hope You Dance. I hope you never lose your sense of wonder. You get your fill to eat, but always keep that hunger. May you never take one single breath for granted. God forbid love ever leave you empty-handed. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door opens, I hope. Let me do that one again. I'm going to start with the line before. Take a deep breath. I hope you still feel small when you stand beside the ocean. Whenever one door closes, I hope one more opens. Promise me that you'll give faith a fighting chance, and when you have the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. I hope you never fear those mountains in the distance, never settle for the path of least resistance. Living might mean taking chances, but they're worth taking. Loving might be a mistake, but it's worth taking. Don't let some hell-bent heart leave you bitter. When you come close to selling out, reconsider. Give the heavens above more than just a passing glance, and when you get the choice to sit it out or dance, I hope you dance. I hope you dance. Yeah. This is the poem that inspired today's theme, The Summer's Day by Mary Oliver. Who made the world? Who made the swan, the black bear? Who made the grasshopper? This grasshopper, I mean, the one who has flung herself out of the grass, the one who is eating sugar out of my hand, who is moving her jaws back and forth instead of up and down, who is gazing around with her enormous and complicated eyes. Now she lifts her pale forearms and thoroughly washes her face. Now she snaps her wings open and floats away. I don't know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all day. Tell me, what else should I have done? Doesn't everything die at last and too soon? Tell me, what is it that you plan to do with your one wild and precious life?
When I was 7, I stood here in this same spot and talked about what I wanted to do with my life. At that point, I didn't know what I wanted to do with my life, except that I wanted to write. You'll be glad to know that I am still at that not knowing phase of my existence, and if anything, I have become less certain about my dreams. As I acquire more skills and passions in my everyday life, I become more and more unsure as to which one or ones I want to follow and turn into a profession. I love to sing and play the piano, and I am sure that if I wanted to, I could become a musician, but here's the problem. I also love to write stories, articles, poems, whatever, and I love working with children, toddlers especially, and learning about plants and their magical and medicinal properties. I love baking and sewing and crafting in general, and I don't know that I can pick just one thing to do with my life. So I asked my best friend what she thought I'd be when I grow up. She said that she thinks I'll be a great creative thinker, able to do many things and not best known for any of them. I like this idea. I like to think that I could be known for nothing in particular, but just for being talented at a lot of things. As I mature and go into high school, my goal is to spread kindness and knowledge about random things. For example, did you know that peat soil contains more carbon than all other vegetation types? Or that rosemary tea can be used to treat a headache? I love to learn things, and I hope that my thirst for knowledge will continue all throughout my life and hopefully make me an interesting person to be around. But for now, I'm perfectly happy to be that girl in the corner who's obsessed with music and books and plants, because while my life right now may not be wild, it certainly is precious to me. Thank you.
Like Mary Oliver, I do not know exactly what a prayer is. I do know how to pay attention, though, how to fall down into the grass, how to kneel down in the grass, how to be idle and blessed, how to stroll through the fields, which is what I have been doing all my life. Tell me, what else should I have done? Should I have ignored the colorful waving grasses and flowers in favor of kneeling on the hard floor of a cold man-made building? I prefer the soft church floor of the cool forest and the warm meadow, the pew of a fallen log or a stone in a temple of trees. They speak more intently to my youthful heart, still beating within this middle-aged shell of a body. The man I consider to be my surrogate father said to never let the 16-year-old inside you die. They are the source of the individual creative fire that sustains us through the worst life can throw at us, the sparkling thirst for life that can never die. This immortal adolescent spirit remembers the surge of passion for other people and new experiences, reminds us to savor friends and shun complacency. It knows who you really are and what's important to you when your present self forgets and despairs there is nothing left in life to appreciate. Under ideal circumstances, we are allowed to savor our adolescent years and cultivate the young saplings of our souls lovingly and carefully, so that they become the heartwood of the tree of our life, and so its health becomes our own as we age. Not all are afforded this privilege, though, and so must undergo the process of parenting our inner adolescence when we are adults, giving to ourselves what we were never given by others and sometimes answering our own prayers. I found that it was in nature where whatever constitutes prayers for me were answered, the Great Mother whispering solutions to problems in the waving branches of the trees and in the rippling waters of the rivers. There I also found the love of the divine, present in everything around me and constantly showering me with love, compassion, and forgiveness for my perceived crimes and transgressions, willing to repeat the message as many times as necessary until it finally penetrates my soul. It hasn't yet, but I still make pilgrimage to the rivers and to the forest to hear the message, knowing it is what my adolescent heart needs so that its fire does not die out. What else should I have done? What else should I be doing? Nothing. I am proceeding precisely as I should be and have been the entire time. Every step of my life, both good and bad, has contributed to who I am today, and if I had the ability to remove any of the threads from the tapestry of my life, I would find it unraveling. Pulsing within the fabric of my tapestry is the heartbeat of my adolescent spirit, infusing it with life-giving energy and occasionally, literally keeping me alive. When the will to live flags in my middle-aged self, it is my adolescent self that steps up and keeps the fire going, no matter how pressing the darkness becomes, so that I may continue attending the church of the forest, the meadows, and the rivers.
I think we're going to do it from here. My name is Marybeth Chaconas, and I am a tall, medium build, Caucasian woman. I have grayish, brownish, blondish hair, shoulder length, and I'm wearing purple glasses because purple is my favorite color. I am wearing a green shirt in representation for spring and summer, and so that is what I'm wearing today. I am representing people in their 60s, and I happen to be 65 at this point in time. And I'm going to read my first little blurb, and then I'm going to go off the page. At 65, I am very aware that the road in front of me is shorter than the road behind me. My goal is to work for about 10 more years as a low-cost spay-neuter veterinarian. I've always valued experiences more than just getting more stuff, and I've tried to impress that upon my children. Please indulge me as I share some of my hoped-for experiences in the format of a camp song. I'm a very long scouting volunteer, and so one of my favorite things to do is camp songs. And so if you could rise as you're willing and able, this is going to be a repeat after me song. So we start with our hands. Hike, hike, bike, hike, bike, kayak, go to the beach. If I'm really lucky, my 4 kids will give me grandkids. Then I'll go visit those grandkids. Go to Scotland, go to Hawaii, swim in a mountain waterfall. Ride a rail bike, drive a gulch road. This was visit the dark sky. Let me do that one again. The words are a little more challenging in this phrase. Let's start this part again. Ride a rail bike, drive a gulch road, visit the dark sky. Gulch road, visit the dark sky. Maybe I'll even help around the church a little. And that's what I plan to do with my wild and precious life.
We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, or the fire of commitment. These we carry in our hearts until we are together again. Friends, you know that the majority of people living on Earth don't have the privilege of spending time idle in the grassy field, and yet we can all pay attention to whatever is right in front of us rather than what has already passed or what might happen in the future. In one sense, our life is the tally of everything that we pay attention to, from moment to moment, week to week, decade to decade. The relationships we cultivate with our love, the vocation we nurture with our creativity and growth and learning, and the spiritual life we attend to with our daily practices. As you go now into this fresh new day and into this fresh new week, what will you pay attention to? What will you do with this one wild and precious life? Go in peace, my friends. Go in love.